Hi, I'm Scott. I've created this video to show you how you can have more games added to your stock Asteroids Arcade1UP cabinet, going from 4 games to 12 games. This video is part of a series of videos I've created related to the Arcade1UP cabinets. The stock Arcade1UP Asteroids cabinet comes with 4 games: Asteroids, Tempest, Major Havoc, and Lunar Lander. Tempest and Major Havoc use the spinner control. You can have your Asteroids PCB flashed, which will add an additional 8 classic arcade games to your Arcade1UP cabinet. The 8 additional games are Asteroids Deluxe, Gravitar, Tetris, Track and Field, Arkanoid, Teetor Torture, Super Breakout, and Video Poker. Arkanoid, Teetor Torture, and Super Breakout use the spinner control. In this video, I'm going to show you the process you should take in order to get your Arcade1UP Asteroids PCB flashed so that it will play 12 games instead of 4 games. Let's get started. Why would you want to have your Asteroids PCB flashed? The Arcade1UP Asteroids cabinet is considered a Generation 1 or Gen 1 cabinet. The Asteroids cabinet came with those 4 games: Asteroids, Tempest, Major Havoc, and Lunar Lander. At the same time, there was also a cabinet called the Asteroids Deluxe 6-in-1 cabinet that was released for a very short period of time at Costco. It came with 6 games, the same 4 games on the Asteroids cabinet, plus Asteroids Deluxe and Gravitar. When you have your Asteroids PCB flashed, you'll add 2 additional games from the 6-in-1 cabinet, Asteroids Deluxe and Gravitar. This means you don't need to have both those Arcade1UP cabinets to enjoy playing all 6 games from those 2 cabinets. Flashing your Asteroids PCB will also add 3 spinner games: Arkanoid, Super Breakout, and Teetor Torture. None of these games have been released by Arcade1 officially on any cabinets. Flashing your Asteroids PCB will add an additional 3 more games: Tetris, Track and Field, and Video Poker. Once again, none of these have been officially released on any Arcade1UP cabinet. Flashing your Asteroids PCB will provide you access to the MAME menu. There's no need to solder a USB port for an external keyboard to have access to the tab key, which will let you get into the MAME menu. Getting into the MAME menu, that will allow you to adjust the spinner sensitivity on the new games Arkanoid and Super Breakout. And will also let you have access to some additional games that were not placed on the Arcade1UP menu due to limited space and the ability to have only 12 games on the menu. The 12 games available on the Asteroids PCB that's flashed are Asteroids, Tempest, Major Havoc, Lunar Lander, Asteroids Deluxe, Gravitar, Arkanoid, Super Breakout, Teetor Torture, Tetris, Track and Field, and Video Poker. Alright, to get my PCB flash for my Asteroids cabinet, I use a service that's available on eBay by GeekSales. The person that does this service, his name on the internet is BerryBerrySneaky. So I had an extra Asteroids cabinet that I've converted to a 19-in-1 board. You've seen the videos. I'll put a link to it up here during that I did for that conversion. So I had an extra Asteroids PCB. So I sent that to Barry. I contacted him. He told me to just go ahead and, based off his email, I did the purchase on eBay, and then I just sent him the PCB in the case, the metal case, off to him. He did the flashing and he sent it back. And here, I have it. Received it. So let's see what we get. I get a lollipop. Yum, yum, yum. He wants to be my Valentine. I'll eat that today. I get a thank you card from GeekSales. And the package I sent to him. I sent this in a box, but he sent this packaging back. Just a bubble wrap that he recommends. I get in my documentation. I print up my eBay list off to him. It contains my mailing address and my invoice number. Just information where he can cross-reference, you know, that, hey, I did buy this from him, and here's my invoice, and I did pay. And then here's my metal case with the PCB in it. One thing to note, I can see if you can see it up here. I wrote Asteroids in there, AST, and then on the back, I said this is an Asteroids PCB. I had the 4 games. And part of the reason I did this, because this is in my inventory. I got several games where I've taken these brains out and I put other brains into my Arcade1UP cabinet. So I retrieved this from my stockpile. I sent it to him. He flashed this PCB from this case, which was from me. I know that from the blue painter's tape and from where I put the labeling in here, and he sent it directly back to me. So I know this is my original one that he's flashed. So at this point of the video, I'm going to turn this game off, remove the PCB, and if you've not seen it, I've got several videos out on my website, my YouTube channel about that. But basically there's 2 screws right here, and there's a ribbon cable that goes right here. I'll pull the ribbon cable off. There's a couple connectors up there, the white and the black up here. I'll remove those. I think there's a ground on here too. I'll put all that back together, connect this, and I'll turn this back on, and we'll see if we get the 12 games. All right, at this point, we've replaced the original PCB for the Asteroids cabinet with the PCB, the Asteroids PCB that's been flashed by BerryBerrySneaky. So now I'm going to turn on the cabinet, and we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. Boot up screen. There's our copyright 2018. And there we are. There's the menu. Oh boy. First thing is, this is different. That used to be Asteroids. It's now Asteroids Deluxe. So using my spinner controller, there's Tempest, Major Havoc. I look down here. This is all new. It says push A to select game. Page 1, and it's got up and down arrows. So there's my Asteroids game. There's Gravitar, that's new. There's Lunar Lander. One thing notice different is there's only 3 games per page, and because they got this extra menu thing. But Teetor Torture, that's new. Tetris is new. Track and Field is new. Arkanoid is new. Super Breakout is new. And this US Games Inc. I think it's the video game, video poker and all that kind of stuff, video gambling games, that's new. And then we go back. So 3 games, pages, 4 pages, 3 times 4 is 12. So 12 games. So cool. Let's try this Teetor Torture. I've never played that begin. So I selected, I think it's press A, Teetor Torture, fire. Insert coin, that's different than the player ones, and then I can move. Okay, so it's a spinner game. So here we go. Press the button to continue. It's booting up. All right. I got 1 credit. 2 credits. There we go. I'll press that player 1. All right. So these are things dropping, and there's dynamite, and I control this cannon. You know, it's kind of like Space Invaders, but as the teeter-totter goes onto these TNT things, they'll blow up. So I want to keep moving back and forth. And you can shoot. I think the people that are, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of experience with this game. But it's a spinner game. Whoops. And then of course if you just sit down here on one edge, game over. Alright, so I'm going to press and hold player 1 start. Hold it for 5 seconds. And it takes me back to my main menu. So alright, there's our original boot up. I now have 12 games on my Asteroids cabinet. That's awesome. Alright, we've seen now my cabinet's got 12 games on it, where it used to have 4. But there's a bonus. I can go into the Generation 1 games. They were based on MAME. So I can go into the MAME menu also. I press a total of 6 buttons. Player 1 start, and rotate left, rotate right, all with my left hand. Player 2 start, the thrust and the fire with my right hand. I don't press the hyperspace. So here we go. I press these. Let me back up just a second. I need to be in a game, but you saw me do it from the menu. I had to press it twice, but it started the game, and then you can press those 6 buttons and you can get into the MAME menu. So here I am. I'm in the MAME menu. I use my spinner. I'm just going through it. I can return to the game, select a new game, and set the different options. And I'll do this in a different segment of this video, but I'll want to change the spinner, the input for this game for the spinner on Super Breakout and Arkanoid. But in this case, I want to select a new game. So I press hyperspace. Remember, we pressed the 6 buttons. We didn't touch hyperspace. That's our button to select when you're in the main menu. And this gives me all my games that are available on this PCB. And I'll show you a closer picture of this, but you have all the Arkanoids, and you'll notice that the Arkanoid that's on my main menu is white, and then there's a bunch of gray variants of that. I'll never play these gray variants, so I'll always access Arkanoid from the main menu. There's Asteroids Deluxe, Asteroids, Tetris. There's also a Tetris down here that's bootleg. Once again, it's gray because it's not the primary game that's on the main menu. I'll never access that. Boxing Bugs. That's a pretty interesting game. It's a color vector game that uses the spinner. It's not a great game. It's just something different to play. Cameltry is pretty interesting. It has it uses a spinner control, and you move a marble through a maze. It's pretty cool. It's interesting. I can see me wanting to play that along with the Boxing Bugs. Frogger is on there, which is interesting, playing Frogger using the key, the buttons instead of a joystick. I've got a cabinet with Frogger on it, so I'll never play Frogger on this cabinet. Plus, Frogger is a vertical game, and this is a horizontal monitor. Gravitar is on the main menu. Hypersports. I can see me coming down here to play Hypersports. Hypersports is very similar to Track and Field. So it has additional games in the raster images of the characters. So it's almost like Track and Field 2.0. So I would definitely see me coming and playing that. Lunar Landers on the main menu, Major Havoc's on the main menu, Super Breakout's on the main menu, Teetor Torture's on the main menu, Tempest is on the main menu. There's Tempest Tubes. Supposedly this is a bootleg version and has some harder levels on Tempest. I love playing Tempest. I'm not great at Tempest, so I can't imagine I'll ever master Tempest where I would come in and play Tempest Tubes, but you never know. There's Tetris, the bootleg. I'll never come and play that. I'll play the one off the main menu. Then there's games. That's the video poker games. It's not really my deal. It's not my jam, so I'll probably not play those. If I had my druthers, I wish that wasn't on the main menus. I'd rather have something like the Boxing Bugs or the Cameltry, or even really the Hypersports off the main menu to go with the Track and Field. And then there's World Rally, which is a race car driver, and you use the spinner as your steering wheel. You kind of like a drifter car. That's pretty cool too. So that's the game. So you have the 12 on the main menu and 5 new unique games. So you have a total of 17 games off of this Flash PCB. All right, so I'll go ahead and bring up, let's bring up the Cameltry. I'll select it. Just so you see how to access a game from the main menu. I need to give some credits. Credit 1. I'll do the basic course. And once again, the hyperspace is your select. It tells you to use the paddle or the spinner to move the maze so the ball moves around it. All right, here we go. Whoops. So it's a pretty good spinner game, and I got it to the go. All right, so that's, if I want to go back from that, I just press these buttons again, and I can return, select a new game, get my games list. If I want to go back to the Arcade1UP menu, if I select a game that's on the Arcade1UP menu, such as Tempest, and then I come out here and I press, then hold the one player button for 5 seconds, it'll take me back to the Arcade1UP menu. Just like that. So that's how you can go from the main MAME, M-A-M-E menu back to the Arcade1UP menu. All right, in this video, we're going to go into the MAME menu and adjust the actual sensitivity for the spinner. And we'll show you this on a Super Breakout. So I'm just going to go select it. Now I've got a Super Breakout here, so I just want to show you before I do any changes. So it's all the way over to the right, and if I turn this, this is 1 full turn, this is 2 full turns, and it doesn't make it all the way to the left. So we're going to go into MAME, and I'm going to go down here to the analog controls, select, use a hyperspace button as your select. There's digital speed is 20, auto center 2, paddle reverse off, paddle sensitivity is 27. I'm going to move this up to, let's go up to like 50. All right, I'm at 50, and we'll see if this one we can do. So I've got the paddle all the way over to the right. There's 1 turn. Not quite 2. So let's go up to 55. All right, move the paddle to the right. And 1 full turn. Not quite there. But we're going to go with that anyway. And we'll see what the gameplay is like. Remember, it took 2 turns to get all the way across. Now with 1 turn, we're 3/4 of the way there. So we're going to return to the prior menu. Return to the game. And let's start. Let's get my paddle in the middle. Light the coin up. Got 1 credit. Whoops, missed it. Got it. Oh yeah. See, I can go much easier across the screen. You know, for you, you may want it to be less sensitive or more sensitive, but it's now you can really dial it in for your gameplay. All right, press that. I'm pressing the A button or to rotate left to release the ball. I just need a longer paddle. I'm not very good at this game. All right, so that's how, since I'm in a game that's off the main menu on the Arcade1UP, I just press and hold the 1 player start button for 5 seconds, and it'll take me back to the Arcade1UP menu. All right, and so that only changed it for Breakout. Let's see what it looks like for Arkanoid. So we'll select Arkanoid. We start Arkanoid. We go into MAME. I'll look at the analog controls. Press hyperspace or select. And notice it's got different settings. There's dial 2 sensitivity, dial 2 reverse, dial 2 speed, dial 1 sensitivities at 30. This is dial 1 because it's usually a 2-player game. 30, so if I wanted this to be more sensitive, I'd have to change it here. So you have to change that sensitivity in every game. Right now, I only changed it in Super Breakout. So just to kind of point that out to you. And so Tempest, I didn't change Tempest any. It's just by game because I'm in this game. So I'll press and hold this since it's an Arcade1UP menu selection. And it takes me back to the main menu. Now just to review and sum this up, when I had the old Arcade1UP PCB for Asteroids in here, I had 4 games. I had Asteroids, Major Havoc, Lunar Lander, and Tempest. BerryBerrySneaky, which is GeekSales on eBay. He flashed this, and it produced 12 games on this menu. Asteroids Deluxe, Tempest, Major Havoc, Asteroids, Gravitar, Lunar Lander, Teetor Torture, Tetris, Track and Field, Arkanoid, Super Breakout, and US Games, which is like a poker game. Now if I go, so that's 12. I went from 4 to 12. And if I go into the MAME menu, I gotta select a game, then go into MAME. I can select a new game, and now I have a whole bunch more lists. And there's 5 unique games on here that I would play. Let's see if I can go through them real quick. Boxing Bugs, Cameltry, Frogger, Hyper Sports. Let's see, seemed like there was one more, and World Rally, which is the racing game. So you have 5 games. So it started out with 4 games, then I got 12 games on the main menu, but there's not enough room to put any more games. So you come into MAME and you can pick up the other 5. So there's a total of 17 unique games on this PCB. So I went from 4 to 17. It's 13 games added. Roughly with shipping and everything, the price is right around $30 to $35, depending on which price is. So, you know, for $30, $35, you get 13 more games. All right, that wraps up this video, showing you how to add 8 more games to your Asteroids cabinet. That gives you 12 games on that Arcade1UP main menu. If you go out to the main menu, you have access to 5 more unique games. That gives you a total of 13 new unique games to your Asteroids cabinet after you have it flashed. That gives you access to a grand total of 17 games on your Asteroids Arcade1UP cabinet. Hopefully, this video helps you understand the features available to you on these Arcade1UP Gen 1 PCBs and how to modify them to improve your gaming experience. Let me know in the comments section below if you've had one of your PCBs flashed by GeekSales, aka BerryBerrySneaky. Let me know in the comments section below if you played the game Teetor Torture before, and if you like it or if you dislike it. Keep watching my YouTube channel to catch my upcoming videos on other Arcade1UP cabinet topics. For automatic updates when I add content to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on that red subscribe button and ring that bell. If you like this video, then click the thumbs up button. If you dislike this video, then click the thumbs down button. Please leave any positive feedback you have in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Now go play some classic arcade games.